weekend long. They are real people who plan and work and pray and want these things to come to life. But this is not a skit that they were given or lines that they were asked to memorize. These are their prayers of how they see Christ in their life. So I ask you to honor and respect that, and to hear that as a reminder. How do you see God in your life? How do you see Him reigning in your life? Amen?
No one else understands. When I love in challenging situations.
In my hopes and dreams. In my mind and heart. In my tap shoes.
Christ reigns over my body and mind when I'm in relationships. Christ reigns in me, even when I don't trust in His presence. When I keep an open heart. When I respect the golden rule.
Christ reigns in me when I lose. Christ reigns in me when I'm making music, and in my willingness to accept others into my life.
Christ reigns in us.
Christ reigns in us.
Not just in easy times, and not just in difficult times, but Christ reigns over joy or sadness, life or death.
Through loneliness, even the darkness of night, through emptiness, through struggles and triumphs, through temptation.
Christ reigns in us at times when we need strength, when we overcome obstacles,
when we pull together to help people in need, when food banks are overflowing.
Christ reigns in us.
Christ reigns in us.
Early in the morning and in the darkness of night, every day, every second.
Christ reigns all the time.
All the time. Christ reigns.
Christ reigns when we open our arms and open our heart. When we live, laugh, love.
Christ reigns in me while I grow into the person I always hope to be, happy and full of faith.
Christ reigns completely and eternally, unfailingly, and beautifully.
Christ reigns among us.
Christ reigns among us.
When He speaks through a friend, Bible verse, or priest, and my best friend who calls to be a nun, in the heart of the good thief on Calvary.
When I see priests, nuns, and brothers singing and laughing with us, through the hope and inspiration of the saints.
When I spend time with my friends with no care what we're doing, just hanging out with people who we care about.
Christ reigns among us. When we center our weekends and mornings around Mass, through Pope Benedict.
When I put aside my problems to help others, Christ reigns where differences gather.
Through the wisdom of the sick and the elderly.
Christ reigns among us.
Christ reigns among us.
When my dad works so hard to provide for us.
When my mom loves me, even when I am not her.
When children are born. When my brother was born.
And my little sister with Down syndrome. When we have family dinners. When we laugh together, sing together, dance together.
Christ reigns through us. Christ reigns through us. When we brighten people's days. Christ reigns through me when I share my gifts in service, laughter, friendship, joy, church, hugs, and kisses.
In my dance, in telling stories, in smiles, friendship, in love and peace.
Christ reigns with laughter and smiles towards each other. Acceptance.
Christ reigns through us.
Christ reigns through us.
To the brokenhearted, in my tears,
when we show compassion, optimism, generosity, Christ reigns through us to redemption.
To the earth, to Darfur, in the march for life.
In service to others, in unity, in relationships.
Christ reigns through us when we never give up.
Never back down. Never let go.
Christ reigns through us.
Christ reigns through us.
I spread God's grace in the world.
I am just a pencil in God's hand, writing a love letter to the world.
Christ reigns through us in take,
Bless,
Break and eat. When doesn't Christ reign in me?